Before we start designing from scratch, just a quick note. If you ever need ready-made garments or patterns, they are great resources out there. I've shared some of my favorites on my CLO Connect profile, so feel free to check it out. Let's get into the design. Now let's move on the lower body part. We're going to design a mini skirt with a structured, slightly physics-based flow. So first I add a new fabric and name it skirt. Then I press H to activate the polygon tool and start drawing the skirt shape. I want the skirt to begin just slightly below the belly button around here, so I create a curved shape that follows the body line. And you can draw it like this with a gentle curve for a better fit. Since the front and back pieces will be symmetrical, I move the pattern to the center. Then I press Z, select the center line, right-click and choose Unfold to cleanly mirror the pattern. Now we've got a symmetrical shape. I press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to copy the front panel and use it for the back. Then I press M to apply sewing. I sew from top to bottom and on both sides, making sure everything is matched properly. From the top view, I bring the back panel into position, then I Ctrl G to make it flip. Next, I select the top edge, press Z, right-click, and choose Offset as internal line with a value of 1 cm or 10 mm. Then I right-click again and choose Cut and Sew. Now, to hold the skirt in place and prevent it from sliding down, from 3D toolbar, you can see the basic. If you click and hold it, you can see the basic first one. Click on it and select it. Choose the part of the avatar's body where you want to stay fixed, the skirt. Click once to start and again to confirm it. This will create pins that anchor the skirt to the body, like this. Then go to the top toolbar from the previous one and choose Attach to Measure. Click on the top internal line, both on the front and back. This will lock the skirt in the position during simulation. Now I press Z, select the bottom edge and pull it upward slightly. Holding Shift helps to move it in a straight line. At this point, press Ctrl S to save your progress. Next, click on your pattern to show the anchor points. Press G to draw a line from here to here. Then press C to curve that line gently. I copied this curved line with Ctrl C and Ctrl R and apply it to the pattern here for the back pattern. Now, add a new fabric and name it Pleats. Press S to draw a long, narrow rectangle. We'll use it for pleating. I freeze the skirt to keep it from moving while sewing. I right-click on it and choose freeze. Then press Z, click the curved line, right-click and choose split line. Right-click and split. In the split line window, choose uniform split and enter 6 points. This gives you a 6 evenly spaced split points from pleating. Now to create pleats properly, you need 3 times more points on the opposite fabric. So since we made 6 points, here we need 18 points on the pleated piece. Click on the pleat pattern, right-click, split line, and enter 18 points. Before we sew, check the length of the curved edge. Click to select it and you'll see the length. For example, 62.4. Now right-click on the line and choose offset as internal. Enter the length 62.4 millimeter and choose to create 17 line since there are 18 points. This create the pleat guides. On the right side toolbar, over pleat sewing, start by selecting the curved base, then the destination fabric. When you simulate, the pleats will be sewn neatly into place. Sometimes the pleats may need manual adjustment. For example, if 2 plates are too close, just click and drag them apart to space them out better. This way you can also control the direction of the plates. Like this. I control it by drag it and now it's fine. Yeah, nice. Now I Ctrl C and Ctrl V this pleated place to use for the back side. Ctrl G, switch the back view and press B to delete the old sewing and re-sew everything cleanly. Start with the curved edge, then sew the pleated strip and close the bottom edge. Here we should close here. With N or segment sewing, like this. Now you can unfreeze the skirt to release it. You might also want to raise the hem a bit more for a more stylized high fashion look. Press Z, select the bottom edge, hold Shift and drag it slightly upward. For this part, I want to create a knot effect, something that visually connects the front and back pleats together like a tie or ribbon. So I press S and draw a rectangle strip using the same skirt fabric, placing between the front and back. I sewed this part to the front using M to access the sewing tool. And then I sew the other side to the back pleated section. The strip may be too large, so I scale it down to match the size of the pleats for a clean fit. Now let's move on to actually creating the knot. I add 2 lines, one on the left and one on the right. Then I press S and draw a long, narrow rectangle. This will be our tie strip for the knot. I sew the start and end of the strip together to form a loop. Next, I select one end of this strip and sew it to the center between the pleats. Ctrl C and Ctrl V to duplicate it. Then press S again and sew the second strip from this point to this point. Just like before, repeat the process for the other side as well. Duplicate, sew from one end to the center area. And put them here to have easy simulate. Now to give it a nice ribbon-like drop, pull the lower part of the strip slightly upward. This helps create a more natural flowing bow effect. And add a little square and put it here. Rotate it. I use M to sew this lower part of the bow in between the 2 strips. Then sew the bottom of it to the skirt to secure everything together. Like this. Now we have a nicely placed styled knot detail. To change the color, just select the fabric and assign a new material color. Now let's add top stitching to give more depth and realism. From the top toolbar, click on the 3 dashed lines icon to enable top stitch tools. In the property editor, go to stitch type and choose top stitch 5. Set the thickness to 1 and assign a visible color. Choose a dark shade for better visibility. Click on the area where you want top stitching apply, like edge of the bow or skirt. You'll now see visible stitching lines around the garment. One by one, I will do the stop stitch for all the lines I want. For the avatar, click on it, go to the property editor, and you can see a human head. Click on it and change the clothing type from cover to note. This removes any built-in clothing display, so your garment appears cleaner. Now, if you notice the garment looks a bit ridged or bent, we'll fix that next. Before adjusting, I go to the pose section. You can download new avatar poses from the CLO Connect website and apply them to your project. I explain how to use and import poses in the next video. Here, my avatar's arm is too close to the garment. To fix this, go to Avatar Display, enable Show Avatar Joints, click on the joint. Then I run the simulation and gently create a gap between the arm and the fabric. Now I select all patterns, go to the property editor and change particle distance from 20 to 5. If your system slows down, do this one pattern at a time, one by one. As you can see, the fabric becomes smoother and softer and the stiffness disappears. Now let's talk about material. From the fabric tab, you can change the material type. By default, it's fabric matte, but you can switch to velvet, leather, metal, plastic, depends on your design. Material that are mentioned during rendering means they are only appear during rendering, not in the 3D window. So if you apply a material and don't see a change right away, that's normal. Since I want zero shine on this garment, I scroll down to the roughness section and set it to 100. That removes all reflections from the fabric surface. Finally, I add a custom background image for the scene. I'll share the file with you. You can upload and use it to enhance the presentation. At the top of the inference, click on Render to open the render window where you can run your final render and get high quality output. To set up your render, click on Interactive Render. This opens the render window, allowing you to preview your scene with lighting and background settings applied. In the image video properties section, I set the size to A3 for a large high resolution frame. From here, you can also enable or disable transparency. If you turn it on, the render will have no background. Perfect if you want to add your own background later in Photoshop or any editing software. But in this case, I'll keep it off so that the custom background I've set inside CLO 3D appears in the final render. Next, go to the Light Properties panel. You can use default presets provided by CLO 3D or customize your own lighting setup. In the Light Camera tab, you can click Light On Off to quickly switch the light and freely rotate your scenes to preview the changes. You can also turn off individual lights, change their colors, or adjust their intensity and angles. These lights are visible in your 3D scene, and you can reposition or rotate them as needed. If you'd like to hide the lights from both the 3D video board and the final render, just uncheck the relevant display options. Once you're happy with the lighting and image size, head to Render Properties. Choose your render engine, either CPU or GPU, depending on your system. To reduce the noise in your render, bring the denoise level down to its lowest setting. The longer your render time, the better the output resolution and clarity. Since this is a simple scene, I'm setting the render time to 20 minutes. For quality, always set it to very high for the best results. Once everything is set, click Final Render to begin. When the render is finished, a window will pop up where you can view and save the final output. Now, before your render, don't forget to define your file name, file path, and choose an image format. I personally recommended PNG for high quality. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to help. Until the next video, bye for now and thank you.